If you feel like you have no motivation to work out, eat healthier, or stay consistent, even though you know what to do, this episode is for you. Because what I see over and over again, especially with women in their 40s, is this belief that it's a discipline, motivation, or mindset problem, that you just need to try harder and be more consistent. But I call bullshit on that because a lot of the advice in the wellness space completely misses what's actually happening in your body during perimenopause. Now, before I continue, let me be clear. I am a huge advocate of living a healthier lifestyle, eating a healthy diet. Hello, I have been a health coach for over 13 years, helping women implement healthier choices. You do need adequate protein and carbs, moderate fats, enough calories for your activity level, strength training, daily movement, optimal sleep and recovery, and proper hydration. That is what I call your foundation, which I teach to clients day in and day out, and what I will continue to prioritize. But here's the part that's missing. You cannot out-discipline a depleted body. And a lot of you are trying to be consistent in a body that simply does not have that get up and go. When your hormones start shifting in perimenopause, it creates a ripple effect across your entire system. This isn't just about feeling off. Your body is missing key hormones and nutrients to function at its best. When estrogen starts fluctuating and eventually declining, sleep becomes lighter and more disrupted. You wake up at 2 to 3 a.m. and you can't fall back asleep. Your body doesn't recover from workouts in the same way. Inflammation starts to increase. Your tolerance for stress drops. You know what I'm talking about. You want to strangle everyone. So now you're waking up tired, going into your day already depleted, and expecting yourself to perform the same way that you did 5 to 10 years ago. That's not realistic. Progesterone, on the other hand, is incredibly important for your nervous system. But as it drops, as it does in our late 30s to early 40s, anxiety increases. You feel more on edge. Small things feel overwhelming. You have less patience, less bandwidth. So now it's not just physical fatigue. It's that constant feeling of, I cannot handle one more thing. And yet you're still expecting yourself to meal prep, work out, stay on track, walk 10,000 steps, and take a million supplements. And then there's testosterone. This is the missing link for a lot of women. When testosterone is low, it doesn't just impact your libido. It impacts your drive, your ambition. You don't feel like pushing yourself. You don't have motivation. Even things that you used to enjoy now feel like effort. So when you say, I just can't get myself to the gym, or I don't have the motivation to work out, that's not really you being lazy. That's your body saying, I need support. Now layer in cortisol, your stress hormone. When your hormones are fluctuating and your body feels unstable, your stress response ramps right up. And over time, cortisol becomes dysregulated. So now you're dealing with these afternoon crashes, needing sugar or caffeine to get through the day, feeling exhausted at night, but unable to fully relax and sleep through the night. And this is where everything starts to compound. And what I see over and over in women, you're not sleeping well, so then your hunger hormones are off. Now you're craving sugar and quick energy, so your blood sugar is all over the place. Now your energy is inconsistent and you skip workouts or you half-ass them. Now you feel frustrated with yourself and behind, so you start being really hard on yourself. Now your stress increases, your nervous system gets even more dysregulated, and around we go, and we blame ourselves. And that's the part that really bothers me, because women are sitting there thinking, I used to be so disciplined. Why can't I just get my shit together? Why does everything feel so freaking hard? Maybe it's just my mindset. Sometimes that's true, but more often than not, in your 40s and above, you are dealing with a different body, one whose hormones are not at optimal levels. You've likely been under eating and over functioning for years. And honestly, I went through this myself. In my 30s, I was doing everything right. I was working out consistently, getting my steps in, eating my protein, taking all the supplements, doing all the wellness things. But internally, I was drowning. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, anxious, not sleeping well, and I constantly felt like I needed to push harder just to function normally. And because I came from the health world, my immediate response was, what else do I need to do? More discipline, more supplements, more optimization? But eventually, I had to get honest with myself and acknowledge that my body was depleted. I had to support my hormones, slow down a bit, reassessed the pace that I was living at, looked at my boundaries, stress, all of it mattered. And honestly, HRT was a really important piece for me. Not because hormones magically fix everything, but because they gave me enough stability and resilience to actually follow through on the lifestyle habits that support health long term. And this is where most advice falls short. There is way too much emphasis on discipline, consistency, getting it done mentality without any consideration of what your body is actually dealing with in this phase of life. And again, I'm not saying that those things don't matter, but they don't work the same way when your hormones are depleted and your body is under constant stress. This is not about choosing between HRT or lifestyle changes. You need both, but for some women, the starting point has to be different. Because if you have no energy, no motivation or drive, high anxiety, crappy sleep, you're not suddenly going to become consistent just because you decided to. You're going to become more consistent when you support your hormones. Yes, that means consideration of hormone replacement therapy. When you stabilize blood sugar so that your energy is more consistent. Yes, that means you're addressing your diet. Supporting your nervous system so that you feel a bit calmer. This is where boundaries come in. Saying no more often. Assessing how you spend your time and energy every day. Replenishing nutrients that are often depleted from years of undereating and chronic stress. And then, when you're feeling better, that's when you can dial in on macro tracking, strength training, and being more consistent. Because then you're in a place where your body can actually respond. Otherwise, you're just going to stay on this hamster wheel. Symptoms are going to get louder. You're not going to achieve the results you want, especially if weight loss is a goal. Taking care of yourself should not feel like a constant uphill battle. It's not supposed to feel this hard. If it does, that's information that you do not want to ignore. So if you've been beating yourself up, thinking that you're lazy, unmotivated, or not disciplined enough, I want you to pause and ask, is my body actually supported right now? Newsflash, it probably isn't. Because when you are adequately supported, consistency then becomes possible. And that's when you can start to see changes in your body and how you feel day to day. This is what we help women with inside the perimenopause method. We're not just telling you what you should be doing in midlife. We're looking at what your body can actually handle right now and how to get you from feeling exhausted, unmotivated, and depleted to energized, motivated to make changes and feeling like yourself again. Okay, my friend, I hope that was helpful to you. Check out the link in the show notes if you want to apply to work with us. Be sure to leave a rating and review, and please do share this with a friend who needs the support. Until next time.
Hey, before you go, if you're resonating with this podcast and realize that your symptoms are anything but normal, my comprehensive program, the Perimenopause Method, may be a great fit for you. My team and I help women in their mid-30s to early 50s improve symptoms such as fatigue, disrupted sleep, anxiety, erratic moods, bloating, and much more. We do this by utilizing advanced testing, a personalized plan tailored to you, women's health and hormones education, and ongoing support so you never feel alone and you get results. If you're ready to commit to your health and feel like yourself again, but even better, check out the link in the show notes to learn more about the Perimenopause Method. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not, nor do I act as a doctor or any other medical professional. I am not providing healthcare, medical services, or attempting to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any physical, mental, or emotional disease or condition. The information shared is not intended to be a substitute for the professional medical advice provided by your own medical or mental health provider.